Chris Hamblin back here at ArizonaSports.com with your tournament edition of College Hoops Coast to Coast. And we'll start with the biggest news right now in the NCAA tournament. The number one seed in the East, Syracuse, being without their big man Fab Melo. The NCAA ruling him ineligible. So how does that affect Syracuse's chances at the national title? Well, it affects him big time. I think Melo, for them, is a good shot blocker, and he provides presence in an area that they desperately need help in. Syracuse is not a good rebounding team, and a 7-footer that at least helps put a body on somebody or forces the other team to put a body on him is going to hurt Syracuse's already weak rebounding ability. Now, Syracuse's ceiling for me was always the Sweet 16. Losing Melo doesn't change that. I think Syracuse makes an early exit, and I'll give you my final four teams in just a second. How about an upset alert? I'm going to pick one in the first round that I really, really like. It's the 5 seed against the 12 seed in the West region, New Mexico versus Long Beach State, the 12 seed. Now, the 49ers of Long Beach State are led by a guard named Casper Ware. He's the 2-time Big West Player of the Year. He scored 33 in their conference tournament final win to get him the automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. And Casper Ware is the type of player in the NCAA tournament that can explode on the stage. He's been there before, and I look for him to lead Long Beach State over a New Mexico team out of conference that I'm really not impressed with. I looked at their wins. The best one is over SLU. And Rick Majerus has a good squad at St. Louis this year. But that's not a win that makes me think that a tested team in the non-conference like Long Beach State will go in and win. I like the 12-5 upset in the West, Long Beach State over New Mexico. Now let's take a look at my final four teams. I'll start with the overall number one seed, Kentucky, making the Final Four, led by Anthony Davis. This team is just too good and too talented to not be able to take on all comers inside of that region for Kentucky. I think that what you see from them is the ability to withstand attacks from teams and out-athlete you in order to win games, whether they're close games, which they've had a few of this year, or whether they're blowouts, which they've had more than a few of. The Missouri Tigers, I think, come out of the West region. The thing about Missouri is people are going to say, ooh, Chris, they rely on the three-pointer too much. That's what they've done all season, and they've only lost 4 times. So I like Missouri to come out of the West and go to New Orleans. My pick out of the East is Ohio State. This is a team, I don't like Syracuse in the East. I like the Buckeyes because they have physical big men like Jared Sullinger, a potential Player of the Year guy when the season started, underachieved. I look for big things from him in the NCAA tournament. And then the North Carolina Tar Heels. I've said this about them a bunch. I feel like they've flown under the radar even though they've had a good season in the ACC. This is a team that is going to be many people's pick if they don't go with Kentucky to win the NCAA tournament. I like Kentucky to win it all, but I do look for those 4 teams, Carolina specifically, to raise their level of play in the NCAA tournament. Stick with us here at ArizonaSports.com. We have your bracket beatdown page. I preview all 4 regions to get a little bit more in-depth, and the NCAA tournament is here. Don't you love it?